Welcome back to Senior Health Stories, your trusted companion for living healthier and happier in your golden years. We're here to share expert tips, practical advice, and inspiring stories to help seniors thrive no matter their age.
3 a.m. The house is quiet. Then suddenly, a sharp pain jolts you awake. Your leg muscle tightens so hard you stop breathing for a moment. You grip the sheets, confused, not sure what's happening. You try to stand, but your foot won't cooperate. It's not just pain, it's that helpless feeling that something is wrong and you can't stop it. If you've ever had a moment like that, I want you to hear me clearly. You are not alone. Hundreds, maybe thousands of seniors go through this same thing night after night, thinking it's just part of getting old. But what if it's not? Have you noticed walking feels harder lately? Have you started gripping the stair rail tighter than before? Maybe your legs just don't feel as strong, but you can't quite explain why. You might have told yourself, well, this is just what happens when we age. But what if I told you that it's not just aging, it's your body quietly asking for help? More and more doctors and health experts are starting to pay closer attention to these exact symptoms, and they've found something surprising. A huge number of adults over 60 who suffer from leg cramps and muscle weakness are actually low in one specific vital vitamin. And the incredible part? Many of them, after just a few weeks of taking the right form of it, started sleeping through the night. No pain, no cramps, no fear, and started getting their strength back. So if you're tired of being yanked out of sleep by leg cramps, if you dread getting out of bed in the morning because your legs feel stiff or shaky, please stay with me. No confusing medical talk, no miracle cures, just truth, real advice, and real hope, starting right now, right here. And maybe, just maybe, last night was the last night you ever had to be afraid of that pain.
There's something no one talks about, but almost everyone over 60 quietly feels. Your legs just aren't what they used to be. You start hesitating at the stairs. You slow down, not because you want to, but because you have to. And then, out of nowhere, those nighttime muscle cramps come back, like cruel little reminders. Reminders that you're getting older, that maybe your body isn't really yours anymore. But I want you to pause right there. Because here's the truth. Millions of older adults are going through the exact same thing, and far too many of them believe it's just normal. A 72-year-old man once wrote, "I dread going to bed. Every night at 3 a.m. my calf locks up like stone. My wife sleeps in another room now because my screams keep waking her." A 78-year-old woman commented, "I couldn't walk 100 steps without my legs giving out, but after adding magnesium and vitamin D, I went for my first morning walk in 2 years." These aren't rare stories. I've read hundreds just like them. And they all share one thing in common. They believed this was just what happens with age, that muscles get weaker, nerves slow down, and restful sleep disappears, stolen by pain that shows up without warning. But that belief, it's a dangerous misunderstanding. Because in so many cases, the cause is surprisingly simple: a lack of essential nutrients. You're not losing control because of age. You're losing control because your body is missing what it needs to function. Your legs aren't weak because they're old, they're weak because they're undernourished. Think of it like a car. If it doesn't have fuel, it won't move, not because it's too old, but because no one filled the tank. And that's what breaks my heart the most. Too many people are living in silent suffering. They step back from the things they love. They turn down trips with the grandkids. They're afraid to fall, afraid to lose their independence, afraid to become a burden. But here's the good news. Once you understand what's really going on inside your body, you can take back some of the strength you thought you had lost. I'm not promising a miracle, but I believe this: when you get to the root of the problem, you can make choices that truly matter. And one of those choices might just change the way you walk, in every sense of the word.
After hearing about muscle cramps or weakness, most people tend to do the same thing. They start stretching their legs every morning. They reach for over-the-counter pain relievers. Some drink pickle juice because someone once said it helps. Others rub in heating balms, apply cooling patches, soak their feet in warm water. And for a few days, maybe they do feel a bit better. But then it all comes back. The pain returns out of nowhere. They're still jolted awake in the middle of the night. That helpless feeling is still there. And that's when the question creeps in. I've tried everything, so why isn't this going away? The answer, in truth, is painfully simple. Most of these remedies only address the surface. It's like slapping tape over a deep crack in your home's foundation. You might cover it up for a moment, but the damage underneath is still there. Your body works the same way. A muscle cramp isn't just a knot in your leg. It's your nervous system sounding the alarm. It's a cry for help, telling you something vital is missing inside. And if you don't listen, that pain will return. Next time, it might last longer. Next time, it might knock you off balance and cause a fall. I once spoke with a man in his 70s. He told me that for 5 years, he believed exercise was all he needed. He walked every day. He stayed active, but still the cramps came, always at night. Then one day, his doctor ordered a simple blood test. The result? Severe vitamin D deficiency. Once he started supplementing the right way, something remarkable happened. He kept the same routine, same walks, same habits, but the pain didn't come back. Not because he got lucky, but because he finally addressed the real issue. After 60, your body doesn't just need movement, it needs to be nourished properly. When you give it what it's truly missing, those stubborn symptoms start to fade away. The problem is, most people were never told this. They've only ever heard, "That's just aging," and so they quietly accept the pain. But when you finally understand what's really going on inside, you can begin to change the outcome. And sometimes, all it takes is one small shift to create a truly life-changing breakthrough.
When people hear the words vitamin D, most think of bones. And yes, it does help with calcium absorption and keeping bones strong. But if you're waking up in the night with sudden leg cramps, or if standing up from a chair feels harder than it used to, then vitamin D might be playing a much bigger role than you realize. Here's what most people don't know. After age 60, your body's ability to produce vitamin D from sunlight can drop by as much as 75%. And that's when the signs begin to show up, quietly, subtly, but unmistakably. Margaret is 72 and lives in a small northern town. She once told me that just walking from her bed to the kitchen in the morning felt like climbing a mountain. She held onto the walls to steady herself. She couldn't go to the store. She avoided the stairs. Eventually, she stopped going out altogether. One day, during a routine checkup, her doctor suggested a simple blood test. Her vitamin D levels came back dangerously low, under 20 nanograms per milliliter, when the healthy range should be closer to 40 to 60. She began taking 3,000 IU of vitamin D each day with breakfast, often eggs and a drizzle of olive oil. 6 weeks later, she called me. Her voice carried something I hadn't heard in a long time: excitement. "I just climbed the stairs," she said, "all the way, without stopping once. I haven't done that in 2 years." That wasn't magic. That was biology.
Your muscles have vitamin D receptors, like little locks waiting for a key. Without enough vitamin D, those locks stay closed. The signals from your brain don't get through properly. Instead of flexing and relaxing smoothly, your muscles seize up. That's what a cramp really is. And it goes deeper. Vitamin D helps regulate the flow of calcium in and out of muscle cells. When you're low on vitamin D, calcium can get stuck inside the cells, causing tightness and uncontrollable contraction. It's a painful loop, but one that can be broken with the right support. Most older adults need between 2,000 and 4,000 IU per day. And if you live in a place with little sun or have aging skin, sunlight alone won't be enough. Try to get 15 minutes of midday sun on your arms and legs when you can, and include foods like salmon, whole eggs, and fortified milk. But for many people, a daily supplement is still necessary. What matters most isn't how much you take, but how consistently you take it. Always pair your vitamin D with a meal that contains fat. That's how your body absorbs it best. And if you've ever thought your slow steps or nighttime pain were just part of getting older, maybe it's time to ask your doctor for a vitamin D test. Because sometimes the smallest thing can lead to the biggest change.
If vitamin D helps your muscles move smoothly, then vitamin B12 is what ensures the signals from your brain actually reach your legs. Your nervous system runs on billions of tiny electric messages moving through nerves like traffic on a busy highway. Vitamin B12 is what keeps that highway protected. It's like the insulation around electrical wires. But as we age, or if we don't eat the right foods, or if our body stops absorbing nutrients properly, that protective layer can begin to wear down. And when that happens, those signals, the ones that tell your legs how to move, how to balance, become weak, delayed, or lost altogether. That's when you start feeling like your legs are trembling, not responding, or giving out underneath you. Robert is 68. He used to play tennis every week, but gradually he said it felt like his legs were made of jelly. Not pain, just a strange lack of control. Climbing stairs felt awkward. Walking in a straight line became a challenge. After a simple blood test, his doctor discovered that his vitamin B12 levels were barely hanging on. He started taking B12 every day, the active form, methylcobalamin, in a sublingual tablet that dissolves under the tongue. 2 months later, Robert was back on the court. Not like he was in his 30s, but strong enough to feel like himself again. He smiled and told me, "I got my balance back, and with it, my confidence." The signs of B12 deficiency are easy to dismiss as just getting old. A tingling in the toes, a shaky feeling by late afternoon, trouble staying steady when you close your eyes, moments where you wonder, why does standing feel harder than it used to? But the truth is, your body might just be asking for a little help. After 60, the stomach naturally makes less acid, and that acid is needed to absorb B12 from food. If you're also taking acid-reducing medications or have been on antibiotics for a long time, your risk of deficiency goes up even more. That's why sublingual B12, which absorbs straight into the bloodstream under your tongue, is often recommended by doctors for older adults. Supplementing with B12 won't just reduce leg cramps or numbness. It strengthens your nervous system. It helps you stay coordinated. It sharpens your reflexes and reduces your risk of sudden falls. Sometimes it only takes one small correction at the right time to feel a powerful shift in how your body moves. And if today you find yourself doubting your steps, hesitating at the stairs, or walking slower than before, maybe B12 is exactly what your body has been waiting for.
If vitamin D is the key that powers your muscles, and B12 is the signal bridge between your brain and your legs, then magnesium is the quiet conductor behind the scenes, keeping every movement smooth, steady, and free from cramps. Most people don't realize this. Every time your muscles contract, when you stand up, walk, or simply stretch your legs,
Calcium rushes in to make that movement happen. But for your muscles to relax afterward, to release and reset, your body needs magnesium. Without enough of it, your muscles don't know how to rest. And the result? Cramping. Not from overuse, but from not having the nutrients to finish the job. Eleanor is 75. She lives in the quiet suburbs. She once described her nights as a kind of torture. Cramps would seize her legs at 2 or 3 a.m. Some nights she would cry out in her sleep from the pain. Her husband eventually moved to another bed because he couldn't bear to see her struggle night after night. She tried everything. More salt, more bananas, even pickle juice. Nothing worked. Then her doctor tested her magnesium levels. The results were low, below normal. She started taking magnesium glycinate, a gentle form that doesn't upset the stomach, just 200 milligrams each night before bed. After 3 weeks, the pain began to ease. After 2 months, she was sleeping through the night. And after 3 months, she was outside in the garden each morning, planting flowers she hadn't touched in 5 years. Some things seem small, but when they're missing, everything hurts. Magnesium is one of them. After 60, our bodies absorb less. Add to that medications like diuretics, blood pressure pills, or acid blockers, and you lose even more magnesium than you take in. And because modern soil is depleted of minerals, even healthy food doesn't have the same strength it once did. So, food alone often isn't enough. You need smart supplementation. Magnesium glycinate is gentle and calming, great for sleep. Magnesium citrate absorbs quickly and helps with constipation. Most people do well by splitting the dose, once in the morning, once at night, or simply taking it in the evening to support deep sleep. One key tip: don't take magnesium at the same time as calcium. They compete for absorption. Keep them at least 2 hours apart. Also, taking it alongside vitamin D helps magnesium do its job better, since D helps minerals move into your cells. If you're searching for better sleep, fewer leg cramps, and stronger, more flexible steps, magnesium might be the missing piece. It's a silent deficiency with loud consequences. But the good news? It's one of the fastest to fix, once you know how.
Once your body is nourished with the right nutrients, the next step is simple. Help your legs move the way they're meant to, every day. No fancy gym, no expensive machines. Just 3 small habits repeated consistently that can rebuild leg strength, even if you thought it was gone for good. The first habit is something you can start right now. Sit down, but do it differently. Stand in front of a sturdy chair. From a full standing position, slowly lower yourself down. Count to 5 as you go. Then sit. Now, stand up normally. Repeat this 5 times, 3 times a day. This is called eccentric loading, a type of movement that activates the thigh and glute muscles powerfully without exhausting you. A woman named Grace, age 70, once wrote, "I didn't think slowing down while sitting would do anything. But after 2 weeks, I no longer needed to grab the armrest to stand up." That's the power of intentional movement. The second habit is all about timing. Studies show that older adults respond better to physical activity between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Why? Because during this window, your body temperature is more stable, your reflexes are sharper, and your muscles absorb nutrients more effectively. A man named Walter once told me, "I used to walk in the evenings. Then I switched to walking just after lunch. After a month, my legs felt lighter and I wasn't as tired." Choosing when to move isn't superstition. It's smart recovery for an aging body. The third habit is one we often forget: water, at the right time. Not just sipping whenever you remember,
but drinking a glass and a half, about 400 milliliters, before you move. One study found that drinking this amount 30 minutes before walking can boost leg muscle strength by up to 19%. Why? Because water helps your muscles stay supple, and more importantly, it improves blood flow, delivering nutrients right where they're needed. A viewer once wrote, "I started drinking water 30 minutes before my morning walk. I couldn't believe the difference. Now I don't just walk, I can climb stairs again." When you put these three habits together, moving with purpose, at the right time, and staying hydrated, your body begins to adapt. Your muscles recover faster, your nerves fire more clearly, and most importantly, you begin to feel in control of your legs again. That feeling of standing up strong, of walking with confidence, of living life on your terms. It's something no medication, no surgery, no shortcut can replace. And it's within your reach, starting now.
Frank is 71. When he first came to see me, he said something I'll never forget. "I'm not afraid of dying. I'm afraid of living without being able to walk on my own." He used to be a firefighter, spent his life climbing stairs, carrying people, rushing to emergencies. But over the last few years, just climbing a single flight left him breathless, his legs shaking. Every night he'd wake up from leg cramps, sometimes 4 times a night. We started with the basics, checked his vitamin D, added magnesium glycinate, and practiced slow chair sits every morning. 2 months later, he sent me a message, just 10 words. "I climbed 3 flights of stairs without stopping once." Every word in that sentence hit me in the heart. Freedom was back. It wasn't magic, it was the right choices. Then there's Grace. She's 81. Her story's a little different. She doesn't take supplements, doesn't trust pills, but she listened to advice from our community and decided to try Celtic salt, a natural sea salt rich in trace minerals. Each night before bed, she mixed a pinch into warm water and took just 1 sip. She didn't expect much, but after a week, she had her first cramp-free night in years. She thought, maybe it's just a fluke. Then the next week came, and still no cramps. She finally slept through the night peacefully for the first time in ages. She wrote in the comments, "I don't know if it was the salt, but I do know this. I've woken up without fear." Stories like these aren't rare. Some people take B12, some start walking at the right time, others simply drink enough water before meals. There's no one-size-fits-all path, but there is one thing they all have in common. They didn't accept pain as normal. They got curious. They tried. They were patient, and they listened to their bodies. Hope isn't a vitamin, but sometimes it works like one. When you believe your body can change, you start doing small things that lead to big results. A supplement at the right time, a new habit, a small, steady action. And step by step, you reclaim the strength you thought was gone. So if today your legs feel stronger, if last night you slept through without pain, leave a comment below that says, "I'm back." But if you're still searching, still waking up in the dark, still feeling tired, just type, "Still trying." Because this isn't just a personal journey, it's a place where we share. We lift each other up, and we rise. Stronger, steadier, together. I once asked an internist, a doctor who's worked with patients over 60 for more than 30 years, what do you see most often overlooked when it comes to leg weakness and muscle cramps in older adults?
He didn't even hesitate. Low vitamin D and B12, he said. I see it almost every week. The good news? It's completely fixable. That simple answer gave me and so many others a huge sense of hope. People over 60 aren't lacking in medications. They aren't lacking in life experience. But you know what many of them are lacking? Clear guidance from their doctors on what blood tests they actually need to feel their best. I've met so many folks who live with daily fatigue, weak legs, nighttime cramps, but they've never been offered basic blood work to check their vitamin levels. They just assumed it's part of getting older. So they never asked, and their doctor never checked. That's why today I want to encourage you to do one simple thing. At your next doctor's visit, speak up. Say something like, "I've been feeling weaker lately. Would you mind checking my vitamin D and B12 levels?" That's not demanding. That's your right. These tests are easy, just a quick blood draw, and you usually get the results in a day or two. But what they reveal could completely shift how you feel about your body and your future. When your doctor understands what your body might be missing, they can guide you to the right supplement at the right dose in the safest way. I'm not telling you to self-diagnose. I'm not telling you to grab a bunch of vitamins and hope for the best, because every body is different. But I can tell you this for sure. Your body is talking. If you take the time to listen and ask the right questions, you just might find the answers that help you regain your strength, your confidence, and the freedom you absolutely deserve. You've made it past 60, maybe 70, some of you even 80. Those legs of yours, they've carried you through decades of life. They've stood strong when you were weak. They've walked you toward your family, your joy, your very life. So if lately your legs have felt weaker, shakier, or more painful, that doesn't mean hope is gone. It just means your body is asking you to listen. You don't need a medicine cabinet full of pills, just 3 key nutrients. Vitamin D to help your muscles move the way they should, vitamin B12 to keep the messages flowing clearly from your brain to your legs, and magnesium to help your muscles relax, recover, and move smoothly again. Add in 3 simple habits: sitting down slowly and with control, walking during the golden hours of the day, drinking water at the right time, before you move. This isn't a workout plan for seniors. These are wise choices to help you take back control of your legs and your life. If you ever feel like you're alone in this, please remember, you're not. There are thousands of people out there who've been through the same things, waking up at 3 a.m. with painful leg cramps, clutching the stair rail just to catch their breath, dreading the first step out of bed each morning. But they stood up, they walked again, and they felt life returning, one steady step at a time. You can too. If this video gave you even a little spark of hope, please share it with someone you love, a friend, a family member, a neighbor who might be suffering in silence, not knowing where to begin. And if you've already started your journey back, leave a comment. I'm back. If you're still figuring things out, type, "Still trying." We'll walk this road together. Your legs have carried you through a lifetime. Now give them the chance to take you even farther, not with pain, but with purpose. Not with fear, but with freedom. The journey isn't over, and we're right here, walking it with you, one strong step at a time.